Welcome to NBST520 News at 6. I am your host, Kevin Quinones, under the direction of Dr. Jin-Tae Kim. According to numerous sources, the Apostle Paul has been acclaimed as one of the most important characters in the history of the Christian church, one of the greatest missionaries who has ever lived, as well as being the most persuasive and influential individual in the history of Christianity, especially in what is called the Apostolic Age. Paul was a Pharisee born in Tarsus, which gave him the status of Roman citizenship. He was educated by a respected rabbi named Gamaliel, and his credentials included his heritage, discipline, and zeal for the law of Moses. This zeal made him a participant in the persecution of early disciples of Jesus after his death and resurrection. He was called to minister to the Gentiles after the risen Christ appeared to him in a great bright light when Paul was traveling on the road to Damascus on a mission to arrest Christians. He was struck blind, and after 3 days his sight was restored by Ananias of Damascus. And it was at this time that Paul began to preach that Jesus of Nazareth was the Messiah and the Son of God. Approximately half of the book of Acts deals with Paul's life, works, and missionary travels. However, one interesting detail about Paul is that his identity used to be rooted in his Jewishness. But after his dramatic change on the road to Damascus, his identity as a Jew became secondary to his identity as a follower of Christ. Paul wrote 14 of the letters that constitute the New Testament. For example, Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, to the letter of Philemon. Paul also established numerous churches throughout Europe and Asia Minor, and was typically determined to go to regions no one had evangelized before. Everywhere he went, Paul established new Christian communities and helped them establish their leadership. He corresponded with all the established churches regularly and visited them as often as he could in order to provide guidance and spiritual encouragement. Occasionally, they supported him financially so that he could continue his ministry in a different place. Of all the ways Paul affected Christianity, the biggest was arguably his role in spreading the gospel to non-Jewish communities, gaining him the name the Apostle to the Gentiles, and that was undeniably the focus of his ministry. This is NBST 520 News at 6. I am your host, Kevin Quinones.